take a second and think about something. Think about that one outfit you wore when you were younger. The one outfit that you would have worn every single day if you could have. Now, I want you to think about something else too. Not about how bad that outfit might have been, but about how much you loved to wear it. And how when you picked that outfit, you didn't think about anyone else's opinions. That was you choosing you. In Harvard Magazine's article on the teen brain, the writer, Deborah Ruder, talks about how in the teen brain we both have fast-growing synapses, which are like the areas in between cells that allow them to communicate, and spaces in the brain that are like left completely unconnected. Now this leaves teens very vulnerable and influenced by their environment and the people they are with. Now this isn't always a bad thing, but choosing you can often lead to a happier and even healthier life. Today, I will go over my personal experience in fighting to be myself, why it is important to be yourself, and finally, I'll give you some tips on how to be yourself more often. So to start with my personal experience, growing up as a kid, my parents allowed me a lot of freedom. This led to some interesting choices, especially in what I wore, but it also allowed me to understand myself from a young age. I understood what I liked and what I didn't like. However, as I got into 7th and 8th grade, I could feel the pressures of other people start to come down on me, and I started to change. And by freshman year, I had changed into a completely different person who I didn't really like at all. I was rude to people, I was constantly filled with stress and anxiety, and my personality flipped day to day. Now, unfortunately, I can't stand up here and tell you that I'm perfect now, and I don't let other people affect who I am, because I do. But what I can tell you is I've been working on it, and I've been getting a little bit better, small amounts at a time. And what we all need to understand is those small steps is what's going to take you miles in your journey to being yourself. And even the small steps that I've made so far have made me a happier person overall. Now, my next point is why it is important to be yourself and the benefits that come along with it. Jason Durnan of YouthFirstInc.org wrote an article entitled Love Yourself. In this article, she gave many benefits of being yourself. These benefits included improved self-confidence, improved self-worth, and finally, just being a more positive person overall. Another point that she didn't touch on was your friends. Being yourself is going to lead you to finding that friend group that actually enjoys the stuff that you do. And faking who you are as a person is going to lead you into falling into the wrong crowd and change who you are. Now, this can lead to stuff as big as what profession you end up in for the rest of your life, or as minuscule as what TV show you watch in your free time. But no matter what, it all connects back to happiness. And being yourself more often will lead you to being more happy. Now, what if you don't know how to be yourself, or you really struggle with it? Well, Tony Robbins, a very famous motivational speaker, did a very good article on some tips on how to be yourself more often. Today, I'll cover 2 of them just to give a more in-depth look instead of listing them all off. But behind me is where you can go to look at the full list. So the first step is to stop caring what other people think. It is human nature to want to fit in because of our brain's constant fear of what other people's opinions are. However, we have to remember that what other people's opinions are doesn't reflect on us at all. It reflects completely on them. And all we can do is learn how to be happy with ourselves. The second one is to be open to change. The brain is constantly evolving and changing, and so if you don't try something, you won't know if you like it or not. It's as simple as that. I believe these 2 tips will take you miles in your journey to being yourself. So today we've covered a lot on me and you and how we can improve ourselves as people. What we can't forget is that other people are trying to do the same thing that we are. And that just because someone else likes something that we don't like or acts a different way doesn't mean that we have the right to degrade them, make them feel like less of a person, or just put them down in general. So, with all that being said, my personal experience, why it is important to be yourself, and some tips on being yourself, I want you to think back on that outfit one more time. Remember what it was like to not care about other people's opinions and do what you wanted. And take that into your everyday life. And start to choose you more often.